Hello everyone, it's Kathy with Paper Phenomenon. I'm here to share the how-to video on assembling the Rolodex card bundle for the She Sparkles set. So if you picked up the Rolodex card bundle, I figured it may be good to show you how to assemble some of these because there's quite a few score lines in a few of these files. So I will demo those, we'll put them together, we'll add them to our super cute Rolodex. So if you'd like to make one of the vintage Rolodex projects of your very own, just click down in the description box below. There's a link to the vintage Rolodex tutorial, step-by-step instructions on how to assemble from start to finish. And there's also the link to the paper collection, She Sparkles, and to the Rolodex card bundle, specifically to the She Sparkles version of this project. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's take a look. Hello there everyone. It's Kathy with Paper Phenomenon, and I'm here with the Rolodex bundle She Sparkles. So there are a total of 10 files in this bundle. You get the basic Rolodex card that you see right here. All right, so the basic Rolodex card with the mat. All right, and then you get a bunch of other fun little ones. So this embellishment here is from the She Sparkles collection, if you're wondering. All right, so I'm going to take you through the files and take you through what you get and assembling all of these files. All right, so I'm going to change the camera view so you can see my computer screen. All right, guys, so I've already uploaded all of my files to Design Space. Design Space is the software that comes with your Cricut machine. So here, I've uploaded all of the files. All right, and if you look in your files, let's go to my files. I'm going to go to where I have these saved. All right, and I saved them right here. These are all of your files. You get the cupcake shaker, a doily, elegant border, flower Rolodex, etc. The list goes on. So if you open up a folder, you see the various files in here. All right, I want you to pay particular attention to the file names. There is a cupcake shaker Rolodex card, AE, then there's a CS, then there's foam, then there's PP, and then there is a frame, okay? AE is for acetate. SC is for cardstock. Foam is foam. PP stands for pattern paper, and frame is frame, okay? There is also in each of these folders a file that if you open it, it's an Excel file. It is a cheat sheet for the dimensions of these files, okay? And here's the cupcake one right here. So sometimes when you upload your files into one of these softwares, it changes the dimensions. I don't know why, but it does. So here, we provide you with a cheat sheet just in case the software changes your measurements. You know exactly what to resize them to. All right, so you have that cheat sheet there. So I've uploaded all these files to my Cricut software, so let's take a look at it. So this is the cupcake. So let me look for the cupcake. The cupcake is a shaker, all right? And how you know it's a shaker? Because one, I assemble it with you and there is a piece of acetate. How do you know it's acetate? There's that, if you hover over the image, there is the AE, okay? There is the AE. With each file, you get all of the parts and pieces that you need to cut everything with. If you look at the file name, it tells you what it is. This is the cardstock base. There's the frame. Excuse me. There's the pattern paper for PP. And then there is the foam piece. I personally do not cut my foam piece out of foam. I cut it out of cardstock. And I cut 4 layers of cardstock for the foam pieces, and then I glue them together. And I'll show you how I do that, all right? I just want to show you I cut all of my bases on black cardstock, okay? And my, what would be foam pieces. Okay, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So let me just take these off. Okay, let's get rid of that. So I'm going to quickly show you in the files that, here we go. So let's go to the files very quickly. All right, so you're going to see my screen in just a minute. All right, so here is, I have a Cricut, so I use Design Space to upload my files and cut my files out using my Cricut. If you have a different cutting machine, then you would use that software. So I've already uploaded all of my files to Design Space, and if you look at these files, these are the She Sparkles cards. You will see various files with different colors, and the different colors represent a material. So the black is the base, and if you hover over it, you will see the name of the file. There it is. So here it says folder Rolodex card PP. That means pattern paper. So pink represents pattern paper. The black, CS right here, file folder Rolodex card, CS represents cardstock. So that means the recommendation is to cut it out of cardstock. All right, so pink pattern paper, black cardstock. Here, in this particular one, there is a note card added in this file, which is represented by the white. However, I'll explain this note card with you later, which is the basic Rolodex card, and I'll explain that later on. I prefer not to use this. I prefer to cut a piece of cardstock for the note card that would go inside so I can pull it out, but it is up to you if you want to use Rolodex card or not, okay? Again, here pink is pattern paper, see? And then here, when you get to this cardstock, but you're going to see two similar shapes with some of these files, okay? And one, if you look down here, it says foam. So if you see a foam piece, that means that this Rolodex is a shaker. So you can choose to cut foam in your Cricut. I cut 4 pieces of cardstock to create a thick, what would be foam layer. So the black, I also cut it out of cardstock, which is why it's represented in black here as well. All you have to do, depending on the thickness of the cardstock that you use, you would cut 3 or 4 layers, okay? I cut 4, I think I'm gonna go with 4, but once I start gluing them together, I may use 3, okay? So again, everything in black is cardstock, and then everything in pink is pattern paper. You're gonna see a yellow layer, all right? And this is Shaker Rolodex Card AE. That is acetate. So anything in yellow is acetate, all right? And that's for shaker. So then you're gonna see different files, right? Where that represent pattern paper. So here, this is a little purse, right? So here's the purse in cardstock, and then here is the pattern paper. So in this case, you will see that it says pattern paper, and you'll see yellow here, and that's just because there's multiple layers. The recommendation is to cut these from different colors, okay? And that's it, all right? So it'll tell you whether the yellow is acetate, CAE, or if the yellow in this particular case is pattern paper, okay? And that's it. All right, so I'm going to I cut everything out of black, and I'm going to start assembling. So let me change the camera view very quickly, okay? Hold on. I forget how to do this every single time I tell you. All right, workspace. Okay, so there are some that are pretty self-explanatory, and then there are some that, you know, require a little bit of assembly. So here is this file right here. And this is a very simple Rolodex card. It's just got a fancy edge, okay? And I just have to cut pattern paper for that, and you'll see that finished up, okay? Then here's another one, super pretty, simple Rolodex card. You just cut your pattern paper layer, you glue it on, and done. All right, so I'll show you that finished once I cut my pattern paper for that. Then here is the flower file. My recommendation for this flower file is to cut 2 layers of cardstock and glue them together. Okay? And the reason for that is right here in this, it's got a narrow base right here. And I want you to get really good glue coverage on this narrow base so that you get a really nice sturdy piece, especially right here in this section, right here. All right, so absolutely 2 layers of cardstock for this one. All right, so glue these together. And I'm using my Maker Basics 80-pound cardstock. Okay, not all of them I will cut 2 layers for, but if it's got a narrow base, I'm going to cut 2 layers. Okay, so that you have a really nice sturdy piece here. And when I'm working with glue, I like to use parchment paper so I don't mess up my cutting mat. Right, so there's this one. Now, I'm going to do my gluing first. Remember I said that there's a foam layer and then there's a cardstock layer. So you have to look at the file names, okay? File names are very important. I cut 4 pieces of cardstock for my foam layer, but I'm going to glue 3 together first and see what that thickness is. See what that gives me, because once you put glue on there, it gets even thicker, right? So I don't necessarily want it too thick. So glue these together. There's 1 layer, there's 2 layers, excuse me. And now we're going to do the 3rd layer right on top of this one, like so. And I'm going to go in with my 4th layer. Now be careful because the cardstock layer is it's slightly larger than the foam layer. Okay, so be very careful, which I glued my cardstock layer on. Oh my gosh, Kathy King. So be careful, guys. Again, always speaking from experience. Always speaking from experience, my friends, as you can see. So there's another foam layer. If you want to avoid this, you can get foam, color foam, black, you know, the fun foam. And you can cut that on your Cricut, and then you have your foam layer. Okay, I recommend that you cut your foam out of the cardstock color, okay, so that you don't see it. All right, so I definitely like 4 pieces. So this is the shaker box now, or shaker Rolodex card. Now I cut 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. I don't need all these. Don't ask me why I cut all those extras. So I'm just gonna let that hang out and dry, right? Because I have to cut a few more pieces. So now I'm gonna glue. I already know that I want 4 layers for my shakers. All right, so I'm gonna glue my 4 layers together.
So I'm going to continue gluing these layers together, and then I'm just going to put them to the side and let them dry. If you want to use foam, I recommend Fun Foam. You can find it in 8.5 by 11 sheets of Fun Foam, and sometimes I think they're available in 12 by 12. So you can cut the Fun Foam on your Cricut or your cutting machine and use that. But the cardstock works really well. I don't have to run out and get anything. You can use more than 4 layers if you'd like to do that. That is completely up to you, but it's just a super easy way to create shakers. So we're going to put this aside, let it dry, and let's assemble a few other of the simpler pieces.
So I've cut all my pieces out and I'm going to show you how to assemble the cupcake. So let's go back to the camera view. All right, guys, so here we are with the files. These are the really simple ones, all right, but I'll assemble those later. So let's grab the cupcake. I got all of my pieces cut for my cupcake here. I've got my black base. I've got my acetate piece here, as you can see. All right. I've got my 4 layers of cardstock glued together. All right, I wanted that to dry nice and stiff. And I've got my various matting pieces. I've got a piece for the back. Okay. Then I've got, this is the piece that comes out of here. So this is the piece I use for, that I'm going to use for the inside. All right, just so it can look pretty. Okay. So we're going to assemble this baby. So I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to put this piece right here so I know exactly where to put it. And I'm going to remove my foam piece. Okay, and I'm going to glue this down. Okay, so I'm going to glue that right there. And just get that glue right there. Then I'm going to glue my foam piece in, my layers of cardstock. So it's about 1/8 of an inch. What you will find with a piece of foam, okay? And you can use, if you want to cut your foam on your Cricut or whatever machine you use, you can use fun foam and then you glue it down. You don't have to use double-sided foam. This piece is slightly smaller than your cupcake piece, okay? Than your cupcake base, slightly smaller. Okay, now at this point, this is where you want to add your shaky shakies. Okay, and I've got a bunch of shaky shakies here. All right, so these are pieces that I used to sell in my shop. I no longer have these shaky shakies, guys, so sorry. There's some big pieces here, some little pieces. So I'm just going to use the smaller ones. All right, I don't think I can use the gems. I can use everything but the pearls. And the gems are too big too. So I'm just using flat things in here. All right, to create my little shaky shakies. And you can throw a little photo in here if you want to. It would be so, so cute. If you want to put a little photo in here, a small message, whatever you want, guys. Seriously, you can put all sorts of things in here. Not so many unicorns. So just pick whatever shaky shakies you want to put in here. And then we're going to seal this up. Give me a second while I collect all these super cute little pieces. I don't want them to go to waste. So if you want to put more dimensional items in here, then you would, guess what? Instead of layering 4, you can layer 8 pieces, or cut 2 pieces of fun foam, stick them together, and be done with it. But listen, we all have a bunch of cardstock, right? So if I don't have fun foam, I'm not gonna let that stop me from having fun, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and use what I have. So I do have some. Put a couple of pink sequins in here. Can't help myself. I love loading these up. All right, so that's that. That's enough. Now you're going to attach your acetate. You can do this with tape. You can do this with glue like I'm going to do right now. All right. The only thing about glue and acetate is that it takes a little bit to dry. So you can't mess with it too much. So now you attach your acetate. Okay, and then you attach your top layer or your frame. It's called a frame. Careful it doesn't ooze out onto the acetate. So it's just slightly larger than the acetate. It should line up with your base. So press down firmly. Then you want to layer your frosting. Ideally, you want to ink this. I am not inking. If you want to avoid any contact with your acetate, you can glue this onto the frame and then glue the frame onto the acetate. All right, it's up to you. Oh my gosh, look how stinking cute this is. So cute. Look at that. And now you want to layer your cupcake base. Is it this way? Yes, it is this way. Your little cupcake wrapper. And then onto the Rolodex card. So I highly encourage you guys to throw a little photo in there if you have one. And if you have the software that allows you to print smaller pictures, I say go for it because it would be adorable. Or you can crop. Look at how cute is that? Now I'm going to flip it over so I can glue my back on. I should have attached this first, but I did not. All the way around. And the back piece is the base cut out of pattern paper. Okay? If you want to make this a double shaker front and back, you absolutely can. Okay? But I'm not. I'm just doing that. And that is so stinking cute. All right, so there is the cupcake. And let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, so here is the doily. Very simple on this one. You've got your base and your two pattern paper pieces. Let's take a look at that in Design Space, see what that looks like. So here is the doily piece, the doily base or the doily cardstock CS, and then the doily pattern paper PP. So whether you are in Design Space or in whatever software you're using, this is exactly the names you will see and the images you will see. All right, so let's go back to the workspace. All right, so let's attach. So super cute. Ideally, you want to ink, right? Ink everything up. You are going to become obsessed with these Rolodex cards. They are so stinking cute. And now for the back piece. Whoopsie. Okay, and done. Done and done. All right, let's put that off to the side to dry. Now, let's do another simple one. Let's do this one. Let's take a look at this in the Cricut software. Okay. All right, and here is a file. This is called the Scallop Rolodex card. Here is your cardstock piece and your two pieces of pattern paper. All right, so let's put this together. Okay, so here's my cardstock piece. Again, I'm using Maker Basics 80-pound cardstock in the black. And these are adorable. Now, I cannot stress enough that you can cut a lot of these bases out of acetate. They look so cute. Wait till I show you what I've done with acetate. They are so, so cute in acetate. And you don't have to worry about your Rolodex card here getting beat up over time. Okay, so very, very cute with the acetate. So here's another one. Okay, we're going to sprinkle these throughout our Rolodex. Oh, so put that there. It's so cute. All right, so next up for another easy peasy one, we've got the flower. Okay, and we don't have to go back and look at the file. We know what we already know. We've got our base, and then we have our cardstock, our pattern paper pieces, excuse me. You'll see that in the file, these are in different colors. And the reason for that is because you want to cut these layers in different colors. There's actually something I do want to show you. So let's go back to the desktop. So here's the flower right here, and see they are in different colors. And that's so that you can cut your layers in different colors. It'll throw it on the mat for you in different mats. Sometimes I find this a bit annoying because I may not want it on a different mat. I just may want to place it on different parts of the mat and use a different piece of cardstock. But you know, you can change that. So let me show you in the folder for a minute very quickly. So let's go to the flower. So flower Rolodex card. So when there are multiple pieces to a file and we think that you may need a final look, there's a file, not in every folder, but on the ones that you may need a final look on what it should look like, the positioning of the petals, etc., etc. All right, so it'll give you a little something like this, and you'll see this in one or two of the files. All right, so let's go back to the workspace. Okay. So here's my first layer, and that is going to line up with my black piece, which I'm not too happy about actually. I think I'm going to leave that out. Yeah. I guess I can layer that, or maybe I can do this. Never mind. There we go. So I'm going to pivot it. And I'm only going to do my glue in the center for these. And you can do the whole flower action with this thing if you want to, where you use your stylus to, you know, break up the fibers of the paper and make it more dimensional. I'm not doing that. So the way I like to do this, and you see this in the file, so if you line it up and then you turn one, so that they're not lining up, it just gives it more dimension. And of course, if you ink it, it'll be beautiful. All right, and then here we've got the flower, the hoop, so then I'm going to do the two hoops here in the center. Okay, and then here I've got the two hoops, so now I want the single scallop, I guess I should say, not hoop. And then my little dot in the middle. Start in pink, ended in pink. Okay, and when that dries, I'll fluff it up a little bit, but not right now. So there's a flower, super cute. Again, you can cut this out of acetate as well. Oh, by the way, because this base is pretty, it's small. You see how it just goes in right there? So it tapers in. I cut 2 layers of the base and I glued them together. Okay, 2 of the black, and I glued them together and put plenty of wet glue here to have a really stiff right here. Okay, so just a little tip for you guys. And then what else we have? Let's see. We have got, all right, now we get into our, we have to score on some of these. We have one more shaker. Let's do the one more shaker because this one's pretty easy. No scoring required. So here is your base, right? You have your foam piece that I cut 4 times and I glued together. Then I have my frame. Make sure I can screw this up. Yep, I have my frame. I don't need two of those. Then I have my frame pattern paper piece right here, which I'm going to glue on right now. I feel like I could have went a little more exciting on this pattern paper, but I did not. Right, so I've got that right there. And then I have my acetate, okay? So I decided to get a little fancy with this, and instead of cutting the base out of just plain old cardstock, I did acetate. And because it's a shaker, oh, I know why I cut two frames out, because one goes on the back. One goes on the back. That's why I cut two frames out. Yep, I need to cut one more of these, but I can do that later. So we're going, I'm not going to put pattern paper here because I want it to be see-through. So I am going to glue my foam piece, which is multiple layers of cardstock, right? We talked about that already. Excuse me. And get that right on there. And it's cut just slightly under, not too much. Then I'm going to go in with, oopsie, I'm ridiculous. A few guys, a few shakies. Somebody got way too excited here. All right, so a few shakies only. And I've got some of these little daisies. And again, these are all things that I sold in my shop, and these are these have been discontinued. I don't sell shakies no more. Okay. So just a few of these little sunflower shakies. And that's it. Now I am going to take my frame piece that already has the pattern paper on it. Get in there. And then I'm going to just glue it on. And it's just so cute. Right? Oh, no. I'm gluing my acetate on. Goodness, Kathy. My acetate, I saw the acetate in place there already, and I was already thinking I was done. My acetate. The key here is to layer everything nice and neat so that everything lines up and it is seamless. Right, so feel free to lift it and kind of square everything off. Excuse me. Ouch. That was not smart. Got a paper cut in my nail. Not smart at all. Okay. All right, my friends. And shaky. And the bottom is acetate. So that is pretty cool. So cut your Rolodex pieces from acetate. I'm going to show you some more examples of that as well in just a little bit here. All right, so instead of cardstock, acetate. And then on the back, to cover up all of this nonsense, just do another frame on the back. And I do have to cut one more piece of pattern paper, but I can do that on my own time. See that? You could put a little photo in there. It would be so adorable with a little photo. Okay, I'm just pressed down firmly. Get a really good stick on this. You can also put an embellishment on here if you want to, something small. That, just beautiful right there. Let's put it on the top. How cute is that? And again, this is all from the paper that I'm using is from the She Sparkles collection. Okay, so let's let that dry. Could put a few little gems here on the side. Oh, so cute. All right, so now we're going to get into some of the pieces that you score. Okay, so here's what it looks like. However, this particular one, I recommend to cut it out of pattern paper. Okay, because this one, you seal it up. All right, so where you want to score on these is where you see the dent. Okay, that dented part, and then you want to score right here so you can open this window. Okay. So score and then score, and you're left with this. So let's go ahead and score. So the way I do it is I look for where I can have a nice straight scoring line. There is not necessarily a measurement here, okay? You look for where you can score. So here is my line, and I got lucky here. Sometimes I have this center score line colored in, so just in case nothing lines up, I use that center score line to score. Okay, so this goes like this, and because this paper is double-sided, you can use whichever side you want. Okay, now let's put this back. Right, so let's burnish this. Another piece you can cut out of acetate if you want to. Would be adorable. This one I would recommend that you stitch if you're using acetate for here, because there is no matting file for this one. And I would stitch it all the way around because it's going to be too hard to get rid of the glue. This one comes with a little bow. Super duper cute. And I cut this in two finishes, blue on blue and then a pink on blue. I think I'm going to go with the pink on blue. Okay, you can put a piece of acetate here if you want this to be a window. But how I would do this is I would glue down here, 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 sides, sides, then get my photo in there, and then seal the top. Okay, I will not seal it until the photo is in there. And then this little baby goes right here. So absolutely adorable. And then you have this little peekaboo window. Okay. And you know what? I didn't give you a name for this file. So let's look at the desktop very quickly. And this one is called, where are we? This one is right here, and it's called Elegant Border Rolodex Card. Okay, so you see your bits and pieces there. This white file that you see right here, this one right here, that is a matting piece if you want to mat in here and get something contrasting color. Okay, that's what that's for there, but I don't feel like I need that, so I didn't cut that out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and seal this right here. I already got some glue in there, but I'm going to just seal it because this is just for showing. All right, so seal that. Do not bend this too much until this dries, just so it dries nice and flat and you have a really nice piece. All right, but once it's dry, I'm going to hold it really nice and steady there. You have a little peekaboo window here. It could be a note, a photo, whatever you want there. All right, so that's that file. And then we've got a file folder file, and this one is pretty self-explanatory. It's called file folder file. File folder Rolodex. And you've got your matting pieces. Okay. All of your matting pieces here, and here's a file. This is another one that you can cut from acetate, and I believe I did. Here is the file folder out of acetate, and you're going to score right down the middle. All right, so I'm going to score this acetate piece with you guys. I'm just super excited about the acetate ones. So when you're scoring on acetate, you really got to get in there, guys. Okay, really got to get in there. And the thing about acetate is that you also have to burnish it really well. Okay. And now you've got yourself an acetate file folder Rolodex card. And you can put something here, a few embellishments on the inside, a photo mat, a pocket card. I mean, guys, the possibilities are endless. If you print out your embellishments mirror image, you can do one on the front, one on the back. This was a little too big for there, but you can absolutely do it. All right, and then that goes in. Oh, look how cute. Unicorn obsessed. Faith is going to be all over this, guys. Sweet one. So, so cute. Love. Anyway, you get the idea, right? So, I'm going to paper clip this here because it is too cute for words. All right. So you have an acetate file folder. Let's put that there. But let's do our regular file folder, right? We've got our matting piece for the inside. All right, so let's do that. Super cute. So matting piece. We have our outside mat. I like to flip it just in case there's a color I may want to use. I love the acetate option because, again, the Rolodex mechanism will last forever. So that's always a good thing, right? So cutting your bases may not always be feasible, but a lot of the times it will work. And how I get this is I literally just put my paper in the Cricut, in my cutting machine, and wherever it cuts, guys. That's it. If it doesn't work out, I use the back. See this up here, I can cover up with something if I want, but I like it. I don't care that I love you, it's cut off. I'm fine with this. Looks good. And then I could just put this right here. If I want to put two brads on the end of it, I can. Right? Just all sorts of cuteness. Look at that. File folder, done. Oh, and this one goes in here. Okay. So all your mats are in your files. And it's pretty fabulous. You get the cutest Rolodex cards. All right, so look at that. Oh my gosh, how adorable. Let that dry open so it doesn't seal. All right, what else we got? We've got a lot, guys. We've got a lot. All right, let's do this envelope. This is, let me show you what it looks like. Let's go to the desktop. So this is the envelope Rolodex card right here. And then you get all of these matting files, all right? And I'm going to show you how to score it. Let's go back to the workspace. All right, workspace. And here's what the file looks like without the scoring, okay? So remember I said you score at all of the indented parts here. So here you're going to score, here, here, and here. Okay, so let's do that together. Oh, I cut an extra bow because I was also going to show you that you can do like a little bow on the side, or you know, on the doily. Like these, you can interchange these if you want to. Okay, that's what that extra bow is for. All right, so find the best place to score, right? As long as you're on a straight edge, you should be good to go. And here I found a perfect place to score. And let's see if here I can, yep, I can. Boom, right there. Perfect. Everything just lines up beautifully. All right, so this you fold. You fold again and you burnish. And you fold again and you burnish. Now this is an envelope, so you're going to glue these two flaps right on here and seal it. So I have one already done with my pieces, and I want to just show you. So the mat for the inside right here, I don't like to mat inside my pocket all the way. Okay, I don't like it. So I'm gonna cut this. Okay, and now I'm gonna seal my envelope. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab the other one because it's dry. And now I'm gonna mat right inside, right over those flaps, right? And I don't have to mat all the way in there. Ideally, I only like to mat 1/4 of an inch inside of a pocket, but my flaps go further down. They don't go all the way up to the way my normal pockets go, so I have to go just a little bit deeper. All right, and then you get this. How cute. You can put a magnet on this if you want to. I'm using paper clips, but you can use a magnet. There's plenty of space there for a magnet. These are super cute. I just love these matting files. I get spoiled when I use SVG files and then I go back to hand cutting because, yeah, I get spoiled. This is just too easy, right? Flip that over. One more mat. And done. Look how cute that is. See, it cut off the unicorn head a little bit, but I don't care. It still looks adorable. All right, so that is the envelope. And you can put another sentiment on here, or you can do, there's no pop there, but that looks cute there. And again, it's because I'm not matting, I'm not inking. Oh, look at this one. This one's perfect. To get a little bit of a pop. Alright, so you can put this on here. Super cute. I love unicorns. So Fate's Alley and every other little girl, right? Alright, so now what else we got? We're almost done here, my friends. Let's did the file folder. We have, okay, we just have 2 left. So this is a pocket, okay? This is what it looks like. And again, we score here and then across here. So let's do it. All right, so scoring. That doesn't give me a perfect score line, so I'm gonna flip it over. And there, and then right here at the lowest point, we score. Okay. And then we fold, and we fold, and we've got ourselves a super cute little pocket. Look at that. Okay, and let's look at our matting files. Mine is glued and dried. So I've got my front, my back, and my inside. So this is my front. And this is another case where the inside file I'm going to chop off a bit because I don't need to mat all the way into this area down here at the Rolodex. No need for me. Some of you may like that. I personally do not like it. And I mat before, I assemble my pocket before so I can mat over my flaps, so that when I put my photo mat in there, it doesn't get caught on the flaps. Super cute. Okay. Absolutely adorable. Look at those. How adorable. All right, and last but not least, I believe this is the last one. It is my little handbag. So cute. So I cut this one out of acetate too because I thought it would be cute to have a little handbag. So for this one, I'm just going to fold it in half because why not? You can score if you want to, but folding this one in half is just the easiest thing to do. So look at the little acetate handbag, how adorable. All right, so I've got all of my matting files, and I've got a couple of handbags here. Clearly I like the handbag. So this one's super easy, just score right down the middle. Okay, got mine all scored up, and I've got a couple of options here for my handbag. So I did cut this piece out of acetate just to give me a little bit of shine on this accent piece here. And the way I like to glue acetate so it doesn't show is you have to remove the bead. Okay, you have to flatten that glue all the way and burnish, burnish, burnish so that you don't see the glue. If you don't burnish and flatten that glue all the way, you're going to see the glue. All right, so when that dries, it'll be nice and shiny. All right, so that's that. And that's going to go, not sure where, let me see. I think I want this for the back. Yeah, I like this on the back. Oh, time to pick up Faith from the school bus. Alright, so let me glue this down and then I'll stop my alarm. Alrighty, there's that. And I'm going to put this in the front. I have this piece for the top. Alright, so cute. Now for the front, I am thinking, I love that, and this, oh yeah, with the purple on top. Okay, so that's for the front. And now my piece with the acetate. And I'm going to show you one side with acetate and one side without, so you can see the difference it'll make. You get a little shine with the acetate. You already see it. See that? Now let's show you the piece without. So this is the plain piece. I do like that. Yeah, I like the plain. The Z-plain is better. But anyway, no shine. See that? No shine. Shiny. See how pretty? Okay, and then I got one more purple piece right here. I do like the black handle right there. And I like the purple handle, so let's do purple handle. And then for the inside, same exact files, guys. Same exact files. You can get really fancy with this one. You can put little brads here if you want to. Guys, super duper duper fancy. Okay. You can even add a closure if you want. So for the inside files, I kept it really simple. And I'm just doing this on the inside because I don't want it to be too much. And the pink handle. That's it. I need to do the layering piece. I did not add a closure to this file. I did not request a closure because I don't make these files. Sandy makes them for me. Because it's unnecessary, because you can do a little closure yourself. And I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Look at how cute that looks with the black and the pink. So chic. So chic. Look how cute. Careful now when you close this that it doesn't glue together. That is stinking adorable. Okay, so for your closure, my friends, all you need, you can put, by the way, you can put the bow here if you want to. Look at that, how adorable. All right, but all you need is a piece of cardstock, whatever color you want. And if you cut, I would say 3/4 of an inch. All right, and fold that in half. You can round the corners if you want. I wanted to give you also, you can use a circle punch and fold that around. I've had these label punches here forever and 10 days. Let me try. That's too harsh of a purple. Let's stick with this. Look. If you want a fancier closure, you can do something like this. You glue it to one side, right? And you've got yourself a little closure there for your bag. Personally, I like the simplest one. Except that you have to round the corners, of course. This is my personal preference. I think this may be too long, right? I like that one too. A little wider. Let's do wider. I like wider. Nah, we're going to do this. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm going to put the bow on there. And I need somewhere for it to stick. I should have put this first and then my pattern paper. I did not think about that. But if you're doing the closure, guys, put your pattern paper first, okay? Definitely do that. And I am going to cut this just a little down there. Don't need that long piece there. And I'm going to glue it down. How quickly I lost my glue, huh? Is that even possible? Oh, I found it. Why would I put it all the way down there? It makes no sense. So you can add a closure of any sort, guys. And it'll give you a different look every time. You can put 2 little teeny brads there on the back if you want to, or 2 gemstones. But I was thinking our super cute bow with a gem in the middle. All right, so I'm going to put that there and then shorten it. And you don't even have to put a gem. You could just put a piece of paper. Cute, cute. How cute is that? All right, so lots of options. You just got lots and lots of options there. All right, you could put a little piece of Velcro to make that even cuter. And for the center, I'm just gonna cut one of these out and use that little Oh, there it is. That may be too small, but we'll see. Yeah, too small. I'll get something bigger. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. The reinforcer works best. Alrighty, and there you have it, my friends. Whoopsie. Absolutely adorable. All right, shall we put these into our Rolodex so we can look at the cuteness? The cuteness! And of course, you can decorate the acetate purse accordingly. But I have to say I love the pattern paper because it's too cute. All right, I forgot to show you. I cut the envelope, this one, from acetate. So for the acetate, you want to put the flaps behind the acetate and then mat with pattern paper on the back so that you do not see the flaps, right? Okay, and look at how cute that is. And it kind of acts like a little shaker because, you know, the acetate, it makes like this little pillow box and it's just adorable. So I'm going to put that in there. Look at how cute. Oh my gosh. I didn't show you. You'll see this, guys, in the final review, okay? Let's put the handbag there. I don't know if I should put... I feel like a little piece of Velcro would be adorable there. So I do want to talk about this. If anything hangs out, it's going to get caught. But listen, it's totally worth it, okay? Absolutely worth it. The handbag is the only one that really... gets a little beat up there, but it's got to be done, guys. All right, there's that one. Then we have a little shaker over here. Look at that, how stinking cute. And then the envelope, and now this one. Okay, and the fancy schmancy, forgot what they're called. And the cupcake. I think the cupcake may get beat up too. Let's see. Okay, so there is the shaker cupcake. And it spins, guys. But as you can see, it gets caught right there. But it's not terrible. Okay, it's not terrible. So it's still, but it's just adorable when you have high and low things. When they're not. When they're all the same height, they're not as cute, right? And let's do this one. Where shall we put this one? Let's see. I love the spinning action. Look at how cute the acetate file folder looks in there. So, so cute. This needs the little circle in the middle too. So let's do that. Let's do in the pink color. Do some more pink. And then we're done with these. I hope you love... Oh, the flower. I forgot the flower. How can we forget the flower? All right. I've made quite the mess here on my desk. Or at my desk. We put the flower in here. So the flower, I did want to spruce up a little bit, kind of mess up the edges a bit, but, you know, not too much. All right, so I'm just kind of lifting those layers up just a bit, just to give it some dimension. But guys, you can get fancy with this, all right? You know what would be cute on the edges of some of these Rolodex? Some of that eyelash trim. Not too much. Don't get crazy, but a little bit of trim would be adorable. All right, some charms. So many opportunities for cuteness here. Seriously. It just absolutely needs that. So many opportunities for cuteness. Oh, this flower needs to go right here. So the flower you can cut out of acetate as well and then glue your layers on. And look at how cute. Oh my gosh, I cannot take it. So they're all in here and they're just adorable. Absolutely adorable. Look at that. So cute. And as you can see, they get caught, but they spin, my friends. They spin. I just love everything about this project. So cute. All right, I hope you love it.